I think the current schooling system is actually created to make you a slave. The reason why I say that is because you're taught in a box, which energetically isn't good for growth. You read your desks are generally boxes, your books are generally boxes. You learn in a box mentality, how to fit in a box. That because I think the public school system is all about how they can get the energy, your energy best out of you through putting a carrot of a job just over broke, so that you have the carrot to use your energy to build up wealth for the private sector, basically. So that's why when people are saying, oh, how comes they don't teach you about money, about housing, about banking systems, about how to look after yourself, these fundamental skills that are very important in society, you don't learn them in public schools.
Let me add to that. It's to take advantage of the ignorance that they place in you.
Yeah, I would agree, in a sense that when we say the ignorance, it's that you don't know enough about a topic to be able to be a part of it, in the sense of, let's look at the economy or being a part of owning your own business. Why do they not generally teach you fundamental business skills if it's beneficial to the economy? They don't care about you as a child from a certain arena being a part of the economy, because they need you to build their economy. So the schooling systems, it's very backward, like it's very behind, considering how forward our system is in terms of digital, AI, all this other stuff. The actual curriculum has not moved in line with
same
people.
thing.
But it has to be, because
Of course you have to.
with AI, there's too many ways out of their old way of thinking. So, there's too many ways to become wealthy without their way of thinking, because their way of thinking keeps you in that slave state of mind.
And when we say AI, we mean artificial intelligence.
Like AI, there's too many. Like there's people becoming rich in like small spaces of time. But when it comes to like their way, is to keep you on the plantation with, as you said, in a box with no way out, but to keep it up, keep being repetitive over and over and over and over again. And when you're in that box, you can't see outside. There is no outside. There's just the box. And that's what they want. Because as you said, it works like it feeds them. It's all to feed them and their own. But it's never to actually, it's never for you to reach your true potential. Because the reality is your true potential, it rocks them. And they don't want to be rocked because they don't even want to be seen. So even when we say they, I would come out and say blatantly, the Europeans, these white men that use black people, Asian people, like any other, as pawns, so you can't see who's behind the curtain. So it's interesting.
For me, I've kind of seen as a way, how do I put this? It's not just the students, it's the teachers as well. Because I feel like the teachers are used as the pawn. So because a lot of these people have a genuine love or passion for teaching and seeing growth in people by educating them on what they've learned and what they know to be correct or true or otherwise, they've fallen in love with their passion. Now that the people in the higher sector are now going to use that as, oh, okay, that's what you enjoy to do. Yeah, that's great. But not now. Now you're my pawn, because now I'm abusing your love for something to put you in a position of a little bit of power, because now you run that classroom, but you have to teach them how I want you to teach them and what I want you to teach them. Yeah. You can't just walk into a school and say, well, do you know what? These children like music. Let me teach via music, because that someone's going to come and go, no, this is not the way that we teach. So the fact is, it's still a case of the indoctrination. It's not just the students. It starts from the upper level, which is the teachers. You have a school board who tell the head teacher what they can do. Head teacher then passes it down. It's all a systematic thing. But as you said, you've got some that can go out, and hopefully what they take from all the different teachings is how to use their own brain. Yeah. Then you've got those are the ones that flourish and can go and find the different revenues of making money.
Those are the teachers that need to be sacked in regards to the agenda, because the aim is to kill creativity.
Right, but then the thing is, depending on how it's done, will depend on how they last as well. And because you're forever, look how often teachers are leaving schools, changing schools. Or do you see what I'm saying? So, but the thing is, as I said, you got different outcomes. You got the children that learn how to use their head, and they can go on to find, whether it be different revenues of income or just things that they enjoy. And you know what? No, I don't need to do it this way. Then you got the others. Oh, I really want to do this, but it has to be done in a systematic way because they're used to that. Then you got the others that say, no, F this, I want to break the mold, but accidentally don't realise they've fallen into the loophole of the next systematic thing that they're going to do is, if they don't fall into line and start going down an unlawful path, you're going to end up in the other school, the other school's prison. Again, you're back to being in another box, sitting down behind another desk, sitting down with another book. Now the difference is, the book in this sense might be your only way out, but you have to know what to take from it and use your own brain to teach yourself in order to get out of it.
And you know what's interesting? Like, the idea of the box, it always just lines you up for the box in the grave.
Because, exactly, and everything is, even when you think about it, all right, everybody isn't born in the same place, we all know this, No. But if we're going to look at your average, especially in the European world, where are most children born? In a hospital. Even if they're born at home, more time you're born in a room.
In a box.
It's generally a box. You came out into a box. You got taught in a box with a little break of outside. Then you possibly end up in a box which could be an office. A box which could be, unfortunately for some prison, a box could be anything. But then, as you said, you go again. Even if you're not buried, you still have to go in a box.
And the only reason why I know that is because of the Arsenal stadium. When I went on tour, they were like, away team was a box, cold, white, and then the Arsenal change room was roundish. And I was like, what is that? Why is it different? They were like, we played a mental game. So before they get on the pitch, they're frustrated. And I'm like, if that is a sports thing,
that's mad.
What do they do in something that they've really taken serious?
But see, look, this is what I'm saying.
And then even they changed the word to the establishments. Like, it used to be called the study of the universe. So it was about students going into this thing and looking outwardly. But now it's called cities, universities. So we're just studying what we have already, what we know, not what we don't know. And so the powers that be wouldn't want you to study what we don't know, because that's why they create all these deflections. Like, as soon as someone sees something that doesn't make sense to this world, Area 55, you're not allowed there, because whatever technology or
it's forbidden,
it can free you, and they don't want you to be free. So
you know what's interesting, right? And I feel like a lot of these things are key. You know, just the fact that we say they, and we're never direct. And I'm not saying that it's purposely, but I'm saying, like, that's one of the problems. The fact that we can't identify who, and the fact that we're not on the same accord with, like, do you know what? These lot are trying to fuck me in the worst way. And because I don't understand this, I am here for the taking. And because we don't actually understand what the culture is here, well, there's no real culture here. Like it's all based on capitalism, right? And capitalism has no. It's not about morals.
No, it isn't.
It's about profit.
This whole situation could tell you.
So if it's about profit, no matter how it goes, as long as we're getting paid, it's cool.
Well, look at
that is
school.
like and us knowing that like money's worth nothing. Like there's no value. There's nothing solid behind it that makes it worth like anything. I mean, the system's flawed.
The money is the carrot.
Yeah.
So you go, oh, money's important. Now your energy is being used.
But you can never get the carrot.
Yeah, that's the problem. Is that you can never go and go to the bank and say, can I get the £10 of gold this is worth? They'll go,
it's not there.
Pay off.
Yeah.
But even in the schooling system now, it's changing into, because now lots of agencies have teachers. Because if you've got an agency saying to you, hey, you know that teaching role you got, we'll give you double, same job. Schools obviously haven't got enough teachers. So what they do is they go to agencies and then they have to hire them. And so it's now a business. It's not about health and social
the way that
care.
messes up